we were the first to test it out. We were like the test dummies. And I think Eric and I, we did well there, and we really enjoyed it. We learned a lot. We learned about the different racing and how things work down there. And I think it's an amazing opportunity. And
if only they could see what happens behind the scenes, our producer. What on earth is that all about?
It was a very weak clap, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know what he's trying to do there. But anyway, he needs to harden up his hands. Welcome to another edition of Horses to Follow for KwaZulu-Natal, where we're going to talk about racing that takes place at Hollywood Bets Greyville on the Poly Track, Sunday the 23rd. As always, my bushy head friend Andrew Harrison and myself, Warren Inferno. And it gives us great pleasure to welcome young rider Tristan Godden into the studio. Tristan, how are you?
I'm great, thanks for asking.
You've been here for 10 minutes and you've already laughed a lot.
Yo, I've been having a great time here at the studio. Nice company, and yeah, good setup.
Thank you for coming down all the way from Hillcrest.
Yeah, and even on time, which is unusual for a jockey.
Yeah,
Listen,
you walked in on the minute, eh?
I'm a professional, eh?
Oh, here we go.
And thanks, Tristan. Yeah, for we say all the way from Hillcrest. We know it's not far, but you've been riding work this morning. You've been up since 4 o'clock, and to now drive all the way into Durban is probably a pain, but the viewers will appreciate it. So thanks very much. What I think we'll do, Andrew, is let's before I would go any further.
Yeah, what's this egg doing?
Yeah, let me explain something to you, both of you. Maybe you can both give me your opinion. The last month and a half, 2 months, in fact, since the 5th of January, I've hired a personal trainer. Okay.
Wow, is she good looking?
No. I hired a personal trainer. I do gym twice a week. I go running twice a week. Okay. My new diet is eggs, hard-boiled eggs. Okay, so don't worry, catch it. Okay, hard-boiled eggs. Well, I told you it's boiled. Tuna and this powder. I've been eating tuna, eggs and powder and gym since the 5th of January. I've put on 2 kgs. Can you tell me what I'm doing wrong?
I was just about to
Yeah,
say.
so you haven't lost anything.
No, can you tell me what I'm doing wrong here?
Except your brain.
I don't know. I don't want to get involved.
Yes.
Powder and tuna doesn't seem like a good diet to me. I should know. I'm a jockey.
Okay. So anyway, that's what I want to tell you. So I said to my
I
wife
want
this
to get
morning.
Tristan to give you a diet.
Okay, well we'll talk about that just now. But what I want to tell you is that I said to my wife this morning, I think I'm giving up this diet business. She said, you know why you're putting on weight? She said, why? She said, all the muscle that you're building. She was being kind. She was being kind. Anyway, let's go. Tristan, let's talk about you for a minute. At what stage of your life, or at what stage of your life did you realise you wanted to become a jockey, and how did you hear about the Jockey Academy?
Honestly, I wasn't really interested in becoming a jockey. I didn't know a thing about becoming a jockey. I didn't even know there was a job as being a jockey. So I was really tiny in primary school. And then in grade 7, one of my grade 7 teachers, she said, yo, you're really small and maybe you should just check this website out. So I went onto the website, saw a whole bunch of dwarfs, and I was like, I think I'll fit in. So I applied. It was a long process. I remember that. And I think the first time I actually went to the academy is where I realized this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
So whereabouts do you come from, Tristan?
So I'm originally from Richards Bay. I grew up there, and yeah.
Oh, we saw NRB. We thought you'd hijack the car.
No, I don't. I don't need to hijack.
Okay, so there we go. So Richards Bay, that's do you get to go home often? Obviously, your parents are up there, your family up there. Do you get to go home often?
Silverfana, it's hard to go often. Like I know it's only 2 hours away, but it's 2 hours there and 2 hours back. So that's 4 hours. So I can't just exactly go over there for the day. So we're racing in the weekends as well. So when I do get off, which is like hardly ever, then I try and go home. Yeah.
Okay. If you need a jacket, you see Tawanda's put his caterpillar jacket on because it's 44 degrees outside, and inside Andrew's studio here it's minus 17. So if you do get cold, frostbite, let us know.
I'm good.
tell us a bit about Andrew's going to touch on your race day routine, but now let's talk about your non-race day routine. So he's got no racing and not riding in any races. How does your day start and how does it end?
Okay, I think I've got a lot softer than most of the jocks because I get to wake up a little bit later. So I'd say I'd wake up at around 5 a.m.
Sure.
Get ready, and then by 5:30 I'm out the door and to the tracks. I typically ride work from 5:30 till about 9:30 in the mornings, riding for the different trainers. Get home, have a shower, breakfast, and then run my few errands that I usually have day to day. Being adult is not as easy. So
being adult's not for the faint-hearted.
Exactly. And when I get back home, if I'm not studying the race car, then I'm catching up on my series.
Okay, chilling.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew, a lot of people say that having Tristan and I coming from the academy days, and a lot of times, as you say, you're studying race cards, you're looking at form, you're getting rides. But, if you've been up from 5 in the morning riding these horses, eventually by 2 o'clock you want to lie on the couch and just watch TV and chill.
Well, you can always tandalala.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the blokes who like to tandalala, and then you can wake up and check the race card out. But I mean, checking the form is part of that's part of the jockey. I mean, everybody thinks it's just riding, but if you don't follow the form and see what you're riding, what horse you're riding and what you're up against, you may as well stay at home.
Exactly.
You've got to know, Tristan, I suppose you've got to know who's drawn on your outside, who's on your inside, who's the likely pace setter, who comes from off them, where you want to be.
Exactly. And that's why we do our form. And it's if you don't study your form, you're coming to the race course blind.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You've got to know where you want to be in a race. You've got to know what you don't want in front of you, where you got to be. So, yeah, you've got to study your form. And it's very important part of our jobs.
Your weight, are you a natural lightweight? Do you have to maintain your weight?
I wouldn't say I'm a natural lightweight. I walk around currently like 54 and a half, and I'm comfortable with that. I don't want to, and I need to be at full strength when I'm riding. I think if I had to get my weight any lower, it'll be like a walking corpse. So, yeah.
Tell me, you did a stint in Mauritius. How did that go?
Yes, my stint, I went over for 4 months. It was really good. It was a great learning experience. I really enjoyed it. I really did. And yeah, back now. So yeah.
No, because when you came back from Mauritius, you went a bit quiet.
Yeah, no, that's what it was hard coming back. Got back and sort of the jocks had their places with their trainers, and you have to start a new routine again. So like for the first 2 or 3 months, it was really hard. It wasn't easy, but you just got to push through. You got to push through.
Just now we see that Andrew mentions Mauritius, and you came back and you took you a bit of you were a bit stuck in the mud, if we could say. Then you got yourself going, but it's been well noticed, and it's good to see that of late in the last couple of months, the rides are picking up. The winners are coming, you're getting the support, and it's always nice when the hard work is recognised. So from the podcast team, keep it up, well done, we're watching, and just keep grinding away.
Thanks, sir. I've just got to say, you gotta have the support. I have a strong support structure, and if the results are there, then surely they can see that this boy can run.
I see you running a lot of work for Alison Wright and Kevin Wright.
Yes.
And Paul Laff too.
Yeah, Mr. Wright, they've been good to me since I got back. They actually saw that things weren't going as easy as they would be before. So they lent a helping hand, and I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah. Well, you're paying them back, so it's good.
Yeah, we got to work.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do now.
What?
Can you, first of all, my egg, is it anywhere on the floor there? Because I need some lunch.
We just hooked it out, sir.
Okay, hook out my egg.
Cracked.
Okay, that's all right. It's going to get cracked later on. So while you're fishing for the egg, let's talk about racing. What we do, Tristan, is Andrew and I, we're going to go through from the first race to the last race quickly, give our selections, and where we see you've got a ride, we can just ask your opinion on your ride. Okay, so Sunday the 23rd of February, 2020, Greyville Polytrack. I don't know who's going to be in the GTV studio because I unfortunately have a family commitment to attend to, and Devon Governor also has a family commitment to attend to, so I don't know who's going to be presenting. Are you available? Not you, okay. No. The Harrier trial is off at 12:05, so we'll pass that by. 20-1 is the first race. It's the download the Tab Gold information app maiden plate over 1,000 metres. And Andrew, I don't know how you saw it, but I thought number one, Josie Hustle, from the Clinton Binder stable for Hollywood Syndicate. With that Joburg form, looks to be the one to beat. What did you tip in the race car?
Josie Hustle looks the right horse. There's only a 7-horse field. I tipped 1, 2, 3. I see Tristan, Chief Officer.
Okay, well, let's ask Tristan about that. You're riding Chief Officer for Alison and Kevin. A horse that's coming along okay.
Yes, I think his last run was all wrong when he ran at Scottsville over the 1,000. It was a bit sharp for him. It's going to be sharp for him again. He'll probably just about need it, but he's doing well back at home and should be in with a shout for the first 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you tipped 1, 2, 3. You went
Captain of Colour. She's a bloody huge filly.
I think Binder's horse is obviously the horse to beat.
For sure.
Yeah. Who's Captain of Colour? Oh yes, the horse that won the race with you. Okay, sorry, I nodded off for a moment.
Confused.
Okay, well, Andrew and I and Tristan, we seem to be in the camp of Josie Hustle, but Swingers and first 3 chance for Chief Officer. That's Hollywood Syndicate as well. Race 2 is the Durban View Restaurant 88 handicap, over 1,000 metres. What are you doing?
I've got an itch, man.
But 3 weeks ago, I told you, 3 weeks ago, I asked you, don't blame it on Ashburton. There's no coronavirus at Ashburton.
No, but
there might be a virus. There might be a virus, but it's not corona. I told you to ask your wife to get you that Epol dog and cat tick dip. You haven't got it. He doesn't listen.
No, well, there were muggies there this morning, lots of them.
Jeez, you have a haircut, man. Look at Tristan and I. Get hair like us, we don't scratch.
You got no hair.
You got money, though. I haven't got money.
Right, the second race.
Don't
swear like that. We haven't got money. You can't say swear words like that. Money. Durban View Restaurant 88 handicap over 1,000 metres. What happened to number 1 Quantmaster last time? Yes, it did get beat. I know that. It was examined and found to be normal, but I'm going to give this horse another chance. How do you see it unfolding?
Yeah, I think there was something obviously went wrong last time.
Yes.
It finished way down the field. Definitely got a chance, but I think Wolfgang, the right one.
Number 3,
he went very, very well last time. I think he can go in again.
Okay, so Andrew's in the camp of Wolfgang. I'm in the camp of Quantmaster. And let's just ask Tristan, he hasn't got a ride here. Is Quantmaster, the horse of Robbie and Shannon Hills, had good form? The last run was a below par effort. The simple question I want to ask you is, can horses have off days?
100%. They're like human beings. If you're not feeling well in the day, then you're not going to perform. And just the thing is with horses is that they can't tell you that. So you're going to the races, the work building up to the race has been excellent, and on the day the horse is not feeling well or something's amiss, then that does happen. Tends to happen a lot.
Well, I mean, some people might say, well, that's a stupid question, but there seems to be a lot of people out there that might not know that this can happen.
Well, no, but you have a bad day every second day, so we all
well, that's me. Okay, let's move on to the third race, the Track and Ball Gaming Maiden Plate, 1,000 metres, so don't blink, you'll miss it. And here's a horse that...
why did you stop saying that?
What's that?
Don't blink, you'll miss it.
Because I'm just warn you, don't blink, you'll miss it. Jesus. What would you like me to say then?
Nothing. It's a real
nothing.
cliche.
Okay, all right, let's go. Race 3 is the Track and Ball Gaming Maiden Plate for the girls over 1,000 metres. Say nothing.
Don't blink, you'll miss it. Yeah.
Yes, I tell you. Okay, Bilardi Lee. Now, Tristan, don't worry about him. He obviously hasn't taken his grumpy tablets this morning. You never bury a child, Bilardi Lee, but have you worked it at home? Frank Robinson's horse.
No, I haven't.
You haven't. Okay, well, that's fine. So you can't tell us too much about this.
I can't.
On bury a child effort, I think she's going to have to improve quite a bit. Do you agree, boss?
I reckon 22 lengths off.
Okay. Who have you tipped to win this?
I tipped
so I know what to leave out. I mean,
glitter and gold.
Glitter and gold, yeah.
Yeah, Johannes van Vuren. I don't know why I tipped it, but anyway, I did.
Okay. I'm against you again. I've gone for number 5, Astute Vision, for Garth Puller. For the Abrahams, they own this horse. Anton Marcus is the pilot. Ran second to Matador's Parade last time. And I think this daughter of Vision is ready to win. So I'm in the camp of Astute Vision. Andrew's going for Glitter and Gold.
What about Noble Freedom?
Noble Freedom.
It was right behind Astute Vision last time out.
Number 8. Yeah, well, this horse is an interesting horse that you should mention it, Andrew. Dennis Bosch, you're giving me your fleas now, you see. Dennis Bosch has had this horse for a couple of runs. And I remember talking to Des Gonzalez, Mario Ferreira's manager, and they were happy with the way this horse is coming along in KZN. So yes, to answer your question, I give it more of a place chance than a winning one.
All right.
Okay, let's move on to the 4th race. And that's the Soccer NE15 qualified maiden plate for the girls over 1,600 metres. You can blink a few times for this race because it's over 1,600 metres. Tristan Godden rides. Let's see what he rides here. He rides... now, he has an interesting horse for Com Nadu. Com, you say, was in good spirits this morning?
Com is always in good spirits.
Okay. And he's going to be coming to the podcast next week.
Well, I asked him.
And he was happy.
He was happy.
Okay. Strawberry Pop...
After watching this, you'd probably say no.
Strawberry Pop Tart. Now, you've ridden this horse in its last 4 starts, and she's coming good.
Yeah, she's her last run was a cracking effort. I'm afraid I think it might be a bit short for her. It's a mile, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
Last time I rode over 2,000. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, you went to the front.
He studied his form.
No, I didn't go to the front.
Well, computer form's lying. But
Well, at the 800 it was in
At the 800 I was...
second.
Actually, no, I did go to the front. You're right. I did go to the front. I just sort of tried to steal the race with her last time, and she sort of felt it that last bit.
Yeah.
She's come on and she's doing well, yeah.
Andrew, this, although Tristan says it could be a touch on the short side, I mean, with no disrespect, it's a qualified maiden plate, and just looking through the book here, Chrome Gypsy's probably the horse to beat. I don't know if you tipped.
No, I tipped Chrome Gypsy. I think she's the right one.
Yeah, well, and then we've got to have, did you tip Strawberry Pop Tart somewhere, sure?
I tipped her second.
You tipped it for second.
And Bellwood I tipped third, because I thought...
Got to beat Keegan.
Most of the horses coming
Chrome
good.
Gypsy.
Yeah, Chrome Gypsy.
Chrome Gypsy, yeah.
Okay, well, let's advise the punters and the followers to do that then. Let's go for Chrome Gypsy, Strawberry Pop Tart. Let's go Swingers, Exactors, Boxed. And those look to be the 2 principal contenders, because I battled to find... I mean, Parkdale ran 4th last time, 7 days ago, but it was the first good run in a long time. Boat race between 7 Chrome Gypsy and 10 Strawberry Pop Tart. The 5th race...
Looks like your head is cracked.
Doesn't stop, eh? Doesn't stop. The 5th race is the Greyville Convention Centre maiden plate over 1,900 metres. And what do you like?
Rain Dance. I think Paul Gadsby has got this one spot on for this race.
I'll tell you what I like in the race.
Speak.
Command Respect. Sean Veal, 1900. Yadev Singh.
Yeah, Command Respect ran a very good race last time. Again, I remember speaking to Yadev after that in the 3rd box on GTV.
Had the blinkers on last time.
Yeah.
Been looking for the blinkers, 1900. I think that's the right move.
Okay, well, there we go. So that's number 6, Command Respect. Let's talk about your ride, Just Dixit. With no disrespect, every time you get on a horse, you've got a chance. We know that. You haven't got a ticket, you haven't got a chance. But I think Just Dixit is a bit limited.
Yes, Mr. Lamfana. I don't want to say anything.
No,
I'd rather not.
He's had his chances. I know I heard Frank earlier, one of his earlier interviews, he says it doesn't try too hard.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's on best form. I would definitely put it in the quartet, Andrew, because it's 5 lengths off, 5 lengths off, 9 lengths, 5 lengths. His
form has tailed off before he, it wasn't too bad.
Correct. Earlier on, this horse had very good form. So, anyway, Just Dixit, quartet chart. Would you say back-ended quartets for Just Dixit?
Still Lamfana? I would say, back end.
Okay.
All right, King Julian.
Defend anyone.
No, we're not defending anybody. What's that?
King Julian.
Can I get there? You haven't given me a chance.
Oh.
I haven't spoken yet. So Tristan's lurker is Command Respect. Just Dixit. Nobody is going to get offended. We're looking at the form in front of us. 15 runs, still hasn't won a race. Back end of quartets. I couldn't separate them, Andrew, between Dancing in the Wind and King Julian, because King Julian's a nice, big, solid son of Just as well. For Spooky Humby. Blinkers worked last time. But Dancing in the Wind, could that Marcus factor and that Johannesburg form factor be too good?
I don't know. King Julian, I know, is a strange horse. I was talking to Kalinda. And Donovan Dillon, when she came up to work. He says the horse, he bounces down to the start, it looks all but being tuned up, he gets into the pens and goes to sleep. He said it's the most amazing thing, it just drops a bit and goes to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What did you tip to it?
I tipped Rain Dance, I told you.
Oh yes, sorry, Rain Dance, yeah. Okay, Paul Gadsby's horse. Sure, we're all on different horses here. Rain Dance for Andrew. Command Respect for Tristan, but he's riding Just Dixit. We can see what we can get there. And I think it's a boat race between Dancing in the Wind and King Julian. Let's move to the 6th race. Follow Gold Circle on Facebook.
Oh, Mr. Ice Barrett too. Oh, okay.
You know, you can't tip the whole field.
Why not?
Follow Gold Circle on Facebook. 84 handicap for the girls, 1,700 metres. I fancy a horse strongly here. If it doesn't win, it's going to battle to record its next career win.
Connect Me.
Correct.
Yep,
She-
she looked very well this morning.
Did she look well? Tell us about how she looked.
Looked very well this
And what
morning.
was she doing?
Nothing, actually, just walking around.
Okay, good like you, eh? You look well and do nothing.
That's me.
So, what have you tipped then?
I tipped Connect Me from Jackson Wells and Arizona Sunset.
Well, it's Tristan hasn't got a ride. We big Andrew and I on Connect Me, and her consistency. She's got heart. Comes from a very small stable, but an attention to detail stable. What do you like? What do you
Definitely, I think she's a big runner. She's got the draw this time. She's running stronger company.
see? Serena, Moods, your good mate.
Yeah, Woods is riding well at the moment. Must keep it up, my mate. And yeah, I also like a bit of Arizona Sunset. She's run to stronger company. She's
two
also
winners have come out of that last
she's
round.
been very consistent, and I think if Mr. Naidu's got it right, she'll be a very big runner. And I think those will be the two principles.
Okay, so that's Connect Me and Arizona Sunset.
Grandpa was in a bad mood this morning.
Where's he, Al? Grams, eh?
Gramps Rich.
Grams Rich, eh? Yeah. Any chance to wonder, he's got something on his ears there.
Yep.
Every time I see him, he's putting on more clothes, so it's obviously very cold in here.
It's freezing. What time are we hanging the meat?
Stop talking bollocks, man.
What time are we hanging the meat? The carcasses in here. But never mind that. I want to know, is it possible you can buy a new chair? Because can you hear this chair? Creaky.
I think it's that extra 2 kgs you put on.
Okay, nice tackle. Let's go to the 7th race. The Sea Cottage Merit Rated 90 handicap over 1,400 metres. Let's get the selections over because we want to ask Tristan one or two more questions. Now, Andrew, I think that there are two very nice and very progressive 3-year-olds in this race. They're both owned by the Rat Race, one for Dean Cunningham, one for Dennis Dreyer, one for Keegan DeMello, one for Sean Veal, Karoo Lark and Mount Anderson. Again, hard to split these two. Do you agree? I think they look like they could be anything, these horses.
Yeah, I think they are progressive.
But what now?
But I like the old horse. I like Calabro.
Okay. Okay, Calabro.
Karoo Lark, he's a really nice horse. I think his last run was a cracking effort. First run out the maidens, he ran to Seisura.
Yes.
Seisura has then come out again to win again. So I think it was a very good, because in that form line, that race where he ran fourth, if I'm correct,
Yes, yes.
he ran fourth. Baby Shoes ran in that race. Baby Shoes came out and demolished his field
That's
next
true,
time
yeah,
out.
Okay, yeah.
And so did Seisura. So I think he's a very progressive horse.
You do a bit of work for Dennis and Stu.
Yes,
Have you ridden
correct.
this horse in work?
I have.
Nice,
He
nice
is a
horse.
very nice horse, and he's done everything that they've asked of him.
You know, also talking of 3-year-olds, sorry, Andrew, progressive 3-year-olds. I mean, Ralph the Rascal is a horse that Tristan knows well. It's 52. Is that why Ashton's riding it?
Yeah, I thought we'd give Aris a phone. Why not?
Okay, so 52. But there's another 3-year-old that I think, well, not I think, it looks, you can see is progressive. And Tristan will be able to give us some feedback in a moment. You've run the barrier trial and you won its maiden. He looks a nice horse.
Yes, I think so as well, Mr. Rafana. I don't know if this is the sort of right feel for him because very competitive.
Yes.
You got the older horses that know what they're doing. He's still a young horse and still very immature. I think he'll take a bit of time, but I think he'll also be running at them. And the way he won last time was very impressive.
Okay, can you give us your selections, please, Grumps? I mean, Andrew.
Calabro from number 9.
Jeez, what? Did you did you come into this podcast with the intention of antagonising me and going against me? If
No,
I
I
say
just
black,
think it's
you
good.
say white. If I say red, you say yellow.
How good are the 3-year-olds?
Very good, I think.
Okay, well then I'll get up the selection.
No, you haven't. It's your opinion. I'm only car making with you. So, Calabro, you've tipped Calabro from Alloy.
Alloy.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to go against you again. I'm going to go with Karoo Lark from Mount Anderson and Ralph the Rascal. 217. Those are my numbers. And I'm going with the 3-year-olds to show the older horses what it's all
Leave
about.
us old blokes alone.
Okay, but again, you could be 100% right and I could be 100% wrong, and it could go the other way. That's an opinion. Let's move on to the 8th race. Hollywood Bets, Bright Future, 69 handicap, 1,200 metres. And have you won any 69 handicaps?
Ooh, I've been handicapped. About 69.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what Tristan's riding. Oh, he's riding Agent Murphy. Let's just talk about your sponsors' winning form.
They're not my sponsors. They were my sponsors
Okay.
before I left to Mauritius.
Okay.
But because in Mauritius, you're not allowed to be sponsored by anybody, I had to cancel my sponsorship with them. Yeah, so we haven't renewed it yet. I haven't spoken to the boss. Maybe now we can talk about renewing it.
James Everett, Owen Heffer, James Rich. Come on, boys. James Everett, James Rich,
let
Owen
them
Heffer.
what's out the wallet.
They got Warren already. Put me on, why not?
Absolutely. Goodness gracious me. Now we're winning form and all that Hollywood bets and winning form and everybody does for racing. We've just got to be eternally grateful. It's been a lifeline.
Jump in now because Moosey's coming back soon.
Yeah, no, they've
Claim his sponsorship.
Muzi actually helped me get my sponsorship. Actually, yeah.
I have no doubt that winning form would consider re-sponsoring you again if that was the situation. But let's talk about Agent Murphy. You're riding enough of their horses. So this was Agent Murphy. Showed a lot of pace last time. How's he doing back at home?
He's very well. Last time the race didn't exactly plan out how we thought it would. We thought that other horse of Mr. Hull's Rocket Fire would lead because he's the sort of the horse that needs to get covered. And I ended up in front. He still ran a great race. He's doing well back at home. He's been consistent, and we're very happy with his work.
Andrew, again, it's a 69 handicap. Miss Rosa Parks changed stables and won first time out the maidens, beating Pina Colada. It's at long odds. It's hard to see how to assess Miss Rosa Parks, how good she is. She takes on the boys, but I was leaning a bit towards. I've done my life on Rocket Fire. Last time everything went wrong. Walked out the pens, lost the shoe. It pulled in the race. It just nobody's fault. It just didn't go to plan.
So maybe it'll fire this time.
Yeah,
I'm hoping because I tipped it. Yeah.
Did you tip it? Okay, so you've gone for Rocket Fire. I've gone for Rocket Fire. Warren Kennedy rides from a good draw, but I don't think it's as easy as that. It is a 69 handicap.
Yeah, there's Coco.
And Coco now gets the services of Anton Marcus and Blinkers. The Private ran a good race last time. There's a couple of horses that have got chances, but we can't tip all of them. You and I have gone for Rocket Fire. We respect Tristan's comments on Agent Murphy, so we're going to throw that into all of our bets as well. And there's no more racing after that. Right. What's next on your list to speak to Tristan about?
Biggest race that you've won?
My biggest race that I won was...
If it's in Mauritius or Zimbabwe or wherever, but a nice big race that you won.
My biggest race that I won was a feature race at Scottsville. It was my first year out my apprenticeship. It was for Luzon Forbes. I rode a horse called Royal Armour.
That's right.
In the Fever Tree handicap. He was a nice horse. And yeah, he brought me my first non-black type feature win, yeah.
Okay.
So I remember that.
But you also went to Newmarket.
Yes, I went over
with Eric.
Yeah, me and Eric went over. Yeah. We went over for a month.
Before you tell us about that, you and Eric have been good mates for a long time.
Yeah, I currently live with the guy. So.
Okay, is that why you've gone a bit off your head?
You're right.
Yeah,
that's
because I don't know if you're a bit old and croaky. You don't follow Facebook as much as us young guys do, you know. And there's always a prankster. You love pranking the guy.
I love pranking it.
You see on Facebook. I mean, it really is fantastic.
I actually have to think of another prank.
But he falls for it every time.
The best one I think was the one where when I act like I cracked the TV.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy's looking for the slip like you can exchange. You can't exchange. I threw a remote at it. Yeah, but we have good fun together.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway, go back to Newmarket.
No, you went there with Eric because I see the two blokes are going over next month.
Yes. Who is it?
Funello.
And Wiseman.
Zuma.
Yes.
And Wiseman.
Yeah.
Wiseman half
It's a very good experience. We were the first to test it out. We were like the test dummies. And I think Eric and I, we did well there and we really enjoyed it. We learned a lot. We learned about the different racing and how things work down there. And I think it's an amazing opportunity and kudos to the South African Jockey Academy for that.
What's Wiseman's surname?
I don't know.
It's Wiseman Hoffenier.
I don't know.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, well, he came off a horse of Glass Pullers the other day and the horse...
That's why you said
nicked him and took the top of his ear off.
Sure, but
that's what I said to him yesterday. I said to him, you got an excuse when you become a rider. I said, if you bugger up the instructions, you just say you spoke to the wrong ear.
I actually asked him the other day, where's the other piece?
He said find
it's still a track.
Still the track.
Couldn't find it. Yeah, no. He took it well, though.
You've got to have a sense of humour. If you can't have a sense of humour, that's it. Just obviously, you're from Richards Bay. You've told us that you go to Richards Bay fairly well, as often as you can, but you're currently in Hillcrest, is that right?
Yes, I'm based in Hillcrest. I'm like 5 minutes away from the track and halfway between Scottsville and Greyville. So
it's
like a perfect distance. Perfect.
But all you jockeys live in the same place.
Yeah, the South African Jockeys University.
Yeah.
But just turning back to when Tristan said he had a lovely time in Mauritius, my goal is when I don't know
What, to ride in Mauritius?
No, I can't ride in Mauritius, but I would like to eventually end up living in Mauritius one day, because as far could you live in Mauritius?
I could any day.
Any day, I see. And you
And a while
last
when
go to
I've been
Mauritius?
there. I was bored out of my mind.
Oh, because you went there when you were 17, which was about 94 years ago.
I've been there twice.
And all they had in those days was water, sand, and palm trees. Now there's
Well,
lots
first they
of
wouldn't
lovely
let you
things.
out the hotel.
No, I
And then you
think
had to go, if you wanted a lager out of the fridge, they charge you an arm and a leg.
no, they developed. They're quite highly
That's
developed
beautiful.
now.
That's where I'd like to go and live. Just three little not personal, but what music do you enjoy listening to? Are you a sort of a 80s boy? Are you a
Hip hop.
Hip-
I wouldn't say 80s or. I don't really have a genre. I think I like music that like sort of lifts my spirit and like pumps me up. So anything from hip hop, house to old school jams, R&B. I like a mixture. Like I don't have my playlists are a total
Mixed.
mixture of
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
And we know that jocks can't really sort of eat and carry on. But food, if I said to you, come with Andrew and I taking you to lunch, what would you like to eat? What's your favourite food?
Steak.
Steak, eh? Good
I
steak.
need a good steak. Yeah, I'd just say a good steak. As long as I've got a good steak,
So
I'm
you're,
happy.
good, you're not vegan.
No,
Yeah,
can't.
good
I'll
meat
never
eater.
be able
You don't
to
make a
go vegan.
And the last one, just your hobbies. Do you have sort of anything else? Because you play a bit of soccer, or
No, I got 2 left feet, so I can't really play soccer. I do enjoy my fishing. I like going to the dam when I can, which has been a while. And then just hanging around and maybe playing a bit of games. I like to play like online gaming a
You
bit.
should sign up with Jared. He likes fishing.
Yeah, me and Jared usually go to Albert Falls, and for now the crocs are full up there, so
Hey,
now
I
we're
saw
just
there
taking it.
crocodiles.
There were 4
Yeah.
big ones lying there on the bank the other day.
Okay.
So yeah, just general fishing, and if I'm not fishing, then I'm probably playing on my PlayStation or Xbox.
All right. Any other questions?
That's
there,
it, I
Boss? Is
think,
that it?
yeah.
A wrap? And yeah, Tristan, and it's good to chat to you, and it's good to hear that there's a little bit of what you do behind the scenes and out of racing. What's other news? Just quickly before we close up this weekend, there's the Derby in Cape
The
Town.
Derby in Cape Town, there's AXA, Asian Racing Conference.
Yes. Geez, they're certainly advertising it. Every time I go onto my Instagram or to Facebook or onto my emails,
That
it's just...
What's
chick
a bit
is there.
late, it's nearly
Michelle
finished.
Payne is there.
Who is it?
Michelle Payne.
Palin.
Yeah, the lady that won the...
Melbourne.
Cup.
Correct, yeah. And she acted in that movie. That was the movie, it was Ride Like a Girl, isn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
Yeah.
Apparently he's a real tearjerker.
Oh, okay. So
Surprised you haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet. No, I'm not a bit. How I haven't got divorced yet, I don't know. Because every time you walk into my house, all's on is 239, and all that's allowed to be on is 239.
I'll tell you what I did to Robin Ramsey, ex-racing editor of the Daily News.
Yes.
She's got a friend, Michael Tanner, wrote Mace Roberts' book. He's just brought out a new book on Steve Cawthon. It came out the other day.
Who's Steve Cawthon?
Hobby.
I was also going to ask him, who's Steve Cawthon?
The kid. There he is. The kid. Up there. He won the Triple Crown on, I think it was alleged.
Okay.
And then he went over to England to
What year are you
ride back
talking
in
about?
Yeah,
remember, I'm 41. He's.
Was that BC or
Yeah, was that?
or AC?
No, anyway, before you start, he came from America to ride in England, and he revolutionised racing in England because the English jocks used to just amble along a bit like Cape Town and then sprint the last bit.
Oh, okay.
And he went there. The other Yanks, they always got this clock in their head, and he just
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to just go to the front, and they could never catch him. And
You.
they suddenly realised, well, where does this guy come from? He was champion jockey. He rode for the bloke who trained Frankel. But,
Is that my... No?
God, slipped my mind.
Say Henry.
Top trainer, just died recently.
Is it Henry?
Yeah, Henry Cecil. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was hit.
Henry's-
He rode
So
for him
there's a
for
new
11
book-
years.
So there's a new book coming out.
I've got it. I'll send it to you. It's an ebook.
Oh, it's an ebook. Okay, well, so that so we've got to read that book. We've got to watch that video, that movie. Have you seen it? Ride Like a Girl.
No, I haven't. I haven't had the time
Very
to.
good, yeah. Talking about Ride Like a Girl, somebody special in your life?
Yeah, I would say so.
You don't
Yeah.
have to answer if you don't want to.
No.
Well, it's not
I
Eric,
do.
I hope.
No, I've got a girlfriend. Her name's Bianca. We've been together for about a year now.
Good.
So yeah,
Fantastic.
she's steady. She's keeping me in
Supports you,
line.
does she support you in your racing?
Yeah, she loves racing. She didn't know anything about it before she met me. So
Well, that's probably a good thing. That's good.
yeah, you know,
It's a
you
good
know
thing.
the
Because,
story.
absolutely. And then, she can support you, and she can see right from the beginning what it's all about, because it's not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. Okay, that's a wrap then. Leave my egg alone, please.
You finished.
If you're scratching your head...
We've been here a long time, though.
Yeah, well, it's been lovely.
If anybody gets to the end of this podcast,
it'll be the most hits we've ever received.
Yeah,
Right.
plus you got me.
Absolutely.
thanks, Tristan, for coming
That's a
in.
wrap, yeah. Tris, thanks very much, and all the best to you. And I've had the privilege of knowing Tristan from when I think the first day you walked into the academy.
Yeah,
Memory
I've known
serves me
you for a
correct,
while now.
Yeah, so it's wonderful to have him here, and we wish you all the very best. And although you might not hear from us very often, rest assured we're watching your every move.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, and thanks for having me on the podcast.
Lovely. Well, that's a wrap from us. Thanks to Tawanda. Thanks to the whole team. I can't say we'll see you in the number 1 box on Sunday because I won't be here.
Me neither.
Okay, but Tristan, hopefully,
Yeah,
please
yes.
God, he'll see you in the winner's box on Sunday. From Warren Inferno, Andrew Harris and Tristan Godden, punt well, be safe, goodbye.